In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 20 different All Saints Day costume ideas, and actually there's even a few more that my family have made over the years or we've bought, just depending on how busy I was and just how complicated it was going to be to make it. So feel free to skip this intro, but here I'm just showing you different images of like the photos that inspired the costumes and how they came out, and I hope you enjoy and have fun and get some ideas for celebrating All Saints Day. This Saint Josemaria Escriva one was definitely one of my favorites. Also, this one I made of Saint Therese was just so much fun. Saint Anne, this one I did have to get a little creative and figure out how to match the picture. Saint Francis, that one was so easy and it came out so cute. And this St. John Bosco I ordered online and it was just really easy. Same with this St. Joan of Arc. That year we were really busy. Saints Francisco and Jacinta Marto. This was also one of my absolute favorite pairs of costumes to make and how they went together. And then my family also have so many of our Blessed Mother. So we've done like Our Lady of Grace, Our Lady of the Rosary, and as you'll see in a little while, there's Our Lady of Guadalupe. And here's blessed soon-to-be Saint Carlo Acutis, and I had my baby dressed up as him. And so there's just so many different options, as you can tell. And these costumes can be used again and again, either at home, the kids do some plays, or for future costumes, as I'll give some examples in the video. So today's video, we're going to be talking about 20 ideas for All Saints Day costumes, and where these ideas came from is that these are 20 costumes that my family have personally worn and used, and so they're tried and true, and some of them are store-bought, other ones they were DIY, we made them ourselves. So I just wanted to share my costume ideas with you and experiences to hopefully inspire you and give you some ideas for this upcoming All Saints Day. So the first two costumes that I ever made, that was about 8 years ago, and it was for my two older daughters, Saint Therese of Lisieux and Saint Maria Goretti. And so let me show you a little bit of what I have now, and then I'll show you some pictures. So for Saint Maria Goretti, I just bought some fleece, and it was definitely my first time ever sewing, but you know, it was good enough and it kept my daughter warm. We were living in Baltimore, Maryland at the time, and it was at night, so it was really cold. So I made this little tunic out of red fleece, and then I just bought her, we got this fabric that was like transparent for this shawl, and so it was just very simple. We cut it out. And then since Saint Maria Goretti is a martyr, we bought these lilies and also some palms. I believe that was like either at Michael's, or it could have been like Hobby Lobby or Joanns. All of those are good options. But that was for the Saint Maria Goretti costume. And then for Saint Therese of Lisieux, I did a brown fleece. So here is the brown fleece that I used for the Saint Therese costume. And you'll see in this picture that I had just cut two pieces and then I was pinning them together to kind of see where did I need to sew. Like I said, I had no idea like how to sew, and I just like learned as I went, and so you can too. So don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's for fun. So I definitely recommend fleece if you're going to be going out at night and you live somewhere cold, because then otherwise you end up having to really bundle up on top of the costumes, and it just kind of like for the pictures, it's not as fun, but just an idea. And then for the rest of the costume, so we used this, there was like this white turtleneck that we already had, and so she just put it on and then it went around her face and it came out really cute. And then we bought this black piece of fabric and I just cut it out and she wore it on top of this. And so for the props for Saint Therese, we just went to the dollar store and bought a few different color roses, and we had a crucifix, and it just came out really well. And then this is the little, I don't know if you call it a cape, that she wore over, and I just sewed on this little button because it kind of reminded me of the one in the picture of Saint Therese of Lisieux. And it came out really cute, and it was a success. Were the costumes perfect? No, but the pictures were really cute. My children had fun, and that was the beginning of us dressing up for All Saints Day, and my children just enjoyed it so much. Okay, by the next year, so my son had been born, so then I had 3 costumes to make, and I was really ambitious and wanted to make them all at home. And so my children chose to be Saint Cecilia, Saint Dymphna, and then for my son, who was about 6 months, I chose to dress him up as Saint Josemaria Escriva, just because he had dark hair, and I decided if I combed it to the side and put him glasses, he was going to be perfect. So to start with the Saint Cecilia costumes, we went to the store and like tried all the different fabrics. Like we wanted to kind of see, like, does this one look right? Does it kind of match the picture? So we decided on this one for Saint Cecilia. And then I really struggled on how was I going to make a harp. And I had tried looking like, can I make it out of styrofoam? Can I make it out of wood and cardboard? And finally, actually, it was totally just such a blessing. So by our co-op, there was this antique store, and I thought, well, maybe I can just swing in here really quick and see if they have something I can use. So it turns out they had this little harp. I guess it was like for flowers or something, but it was perfect. Just the strings needed to be replaced because they were kind of like cracking and looked old, but it turned out perfectly. So, and then we went to one of the craft stores, and I wanted to make a halo like the picture. So we tried on different little styrofoam things, and we chose one, and then I bought some gold fabric, and I just used some fabric glue and wrapped it around, and the halo came out beautiful. And so then for Saint Dymphna, on Amazon, I ordered my daughter a crown, and then I ordered her on Amazon. It was called an oil lamp, and it just looked perfect. It matched the picture perfectly. And then I used like a leftover piece of the gold fabric when I made the halo, and we had bought these fabric markers, and so I just cut it out in the shape of like a little flame and colored the tip like a reddish, and then stuck it into the oil lamp, and it just looked so cute. And then I'm trying to remember where we bought the sword. Probably on Amazon too. Maybe you can look online. Since it's October and they're selling costume stuff anyway, it probably should be easy to find a sword at the store. And so those were the 2 costumes that I made for my daughters. And then for my son, who I was dressing up as Saint Josemaria Escriva, I ordered him these little glasses online, and they worked out perfectly. And then I actually was super ambitious and made the little cassock myself. And so this is the little cassock that I made, and I spent so much time on this. It was fun, but again, back then I had like way more time. So I made even like the little buttons and sewed them on myself. And for the collar, to make it like firm, I think it's like a little yogurt from Trader Joe's. I just cut out a strip of it and stuck it in, and so to make it nice and firm. But yeah, it worked out great. I think this was like a nice thick black cotton fabric, and I had looked online for like different tutorials, and the buttons were just like this. Like you could just, I think you press them on. Like this was the back. It's not perfect, but it did the job. But you can totally order these online too. Like, so you'll see later on in the video, just a couple of years ago, my son, he was about 6, he wanted to dress up like St. John Bosco, and I just ordered that online. And so that was year 2 of dressing up. Okay, so 2 more costume ideas is then my children wanted to dress up as St. Clare and St. Philomena. And so for St. Philomena, we got to reuse part of the costume that I had made for St. Cecilia. So we used that same pink dress for St. Philomena, and we also got to reuse the halo. So if you've seen the popular picture of St. Philomena, she has this pink dress and then the halo and her hair down and parted in the middle. And then along the collar, we kind of struggled to find something like that, but we ended up finding this ribbon that has, like, I think it's called a Greek pattern, but it was white with gold, and we could not find it pink like it's in the picture. But because we had those fabric markers, it ended up working out that we just colored the white in pink with the fabric marker, and it worked out perfectly. And I'm trying to remember how I attached it, if I sewed it on or if I used hem tape. But it worked out great, and the costume looked really cute. And then my other daughter wanted to dress up as St. Clare, so we made this monstrance, and in the picture you can see we had put a cross here. And how we made this, you just go to the craft store and there's like these little holders. This one is metal. We also sell wooden ones, but it's just like a little stand for the candle. And then these are like the lanterns that you put outside. I've even seen them like at IKEA. And so then we put one of the battery operated candles here, and then we just cut out a piece of paper in a circle for the host, and we had this tiny little golden cross, and we just first then attached this with glue and spray painted it, and then we added everything on, and it worked out really good. And then we got to reuse, still had these flowers, so to go along with the St. Clare costume. And so then the 3 next costumes I'm going to talk about is my daughter wanted to dress up as Mother Mary. So we got this one on Amazon, and so that made it super simple. And then my other daughter wanted to dress up as Saint Jacinta. And that one was a little tricky because we wanted it to look like the picture. And so we ended up finding this shirt and this skirt on Amazon. And then we already had the little lamb. And then we bought this flowery head covering veil, and I think tied it on like that, and as you can tell, the costume came out really cute. And so then, since my daughter had wanted to dress up as Saint Jacinta, I thought it would be really cute if I dressed up my son as Saint Francisco Marto. And so I struggled to find everything that I needed for that. And I wasn't necessarily going to sew that because it was like a jacket and some pants. So what I ended up doing, I found on Etsy, there's like these, they call them gingham pattern pants in brown. So I ordered those, and those came just in time. And then I think it was on Poshmark. It was like this corduroy jacket that I got for him. And we already had the black beanie hat, and so we just paired it with the wooden rosary, and it came out perfectly. And so that year it was also a lot of fun, and we were still living in Baltimore then. So in Washington DC, every year they would have this All Saints Day party, and it was so fun. Like, they had adults dressing up as saints, and then at the different stations they would tell the children about the saints and then give them candy. And that was such a fun activity, and it was actually nice too, because since it was during the day, it wasn't as cold, so it didn't have to be like those super warm costumes or a bunch of jackets. So that was a lot of fun that year. Okay, then we had moved to Texas, so we got last minute little time for preparation for the All Saints Day party, because this was like just right before. And so we just had to make do. So some of the costumes we reused, the Saint Cecilia, the Mother Mary. But what I decided to do for my son that year is dress him up as Saint Francis. And it was so easy because I had that brown tunic that I had made for Saint Therese. And then all I did was get like a Velcro sticker and put it on my son's shoulder. And then we had already, I think from Michael's, we got these like little birds. And so we put the Velcro sticker, the other end, on it and stuck it on his shoulder. And then one of the leftover gold elastic strings that we had for making the harp, I just tied it and then put it on him. And so that was the St. Francis costume. And I just thought it was like one of my favorite costumes and one of the easiest to make. And you could totally, instead of making the brown tunic, you could use just like, depending on the age of the child, like a brown shirt, or I've seen monk costumes that you can order. So just a lot of different ideas for that. And then for my youngest daughter at the time, I dressed her up as Saint Therese as a little girl. So we had this like little rose dress, and so I thought it was perfect, and we made do with that. And then for the next All Saints Day party, they wanted to dress up as Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton, Saint Anne, and my son wanted to be Saint Francis again. So that was easy. We definitely ordered the Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton costume online, and it came with almost everything that we needed, like the bonnet and the black dress. And then for the St. Anne costume, using this image of St. Anne as inspiration, she was wearing in that picture an orange dress. So I ordered this maxi dress on Amazon. And then I just ordered, I think I ordered this on Etsy, or maybe it was at the craft store, but there was like this brown triangular shaped ribbon. And I just sewed it on along the collar and along the sleeves and also at the border, but it came out really nice and worked out perfectly, and I thought it looked just like the picture. And then I just bought I think it was like a dark blue piece of fabric for the veil, and then sewed on a white ribbon. And that actually was the hardest part of the costume, because I remember that the white ribbon that I had, it was not like elastic, and so trying to get it in the right shape for the veil, that was pretty difficult. But again, we're not aiming for perfection, it's just more for fun. So it came out nice, came out cute, and so that was the costumes for that year. Then our costumes when we were living in Florida, it was warm for All Saints Day and during the day, so we did not need the fleece. And by then we had just moved, so we just needed costumes as soon as possible. And so I ordered a bunch of them online, so maybe this would work for you. So this was my son dressed up as St. John Bosco, and I just ordered it on Amazon and came pretty fast. And for the Beretta, we bought it on Etsy. It was a digital download, and it took really like 5 minutes to put together. We didn't do it like anything too fancy, but it looked great and came out perfect. So that was for the St. John Bosco. And so my two younger girls wanted to dress up as Mother Mary, and so I thought it would be really cute to have a theme. So one as Our Lady of the Rosary and another one as Our Lady of Lourdes. So I found this one online, and we had a wooden rosary, and so she was just holding that for Our Lady of the Rosary, whereas for Our Lady of Lourdes, we got this angel costume, so that worked out really cute. And then there was this little blue cape, and so it looked really cute together. So that was those two costumes. Okay, and so my two oldest girls then dressed up as St. Joan of Arc and St. Bernadette. And so let me show you, I'll show you the St. Bernadette. And again, this was easy. So I got this little head covering here for St. Bernadette, and I thought this matched perfectly. Again, just ordered this one online. And then this waist apron, I thought this gray was cute, and actually this is like really useful in the kitchen, so it doesn't have to just be for the costumes. And so I had these pockets, I thought was really cute. And then for the outfit underneath, I just found this really cute blue dress that was like modest and perfect even for Mass, so that it doesn't have to just be for All Saints Day. And it's actually, my daughter's gotten a lot of compliments on that dress because it's a really cute dress. The other costume we ordered this one online for St. Joan of Arc. We made this fleur-de-lis, and we like enlarged it in Canva, and we did the best we could, and I think it came out really cute. And for my youngest, I dressed him up as Blessed soon-to-be Saint Carlo Acutis, and we already had like a red polo for him and the khaki shorts, and he already has the dark hair, and he had the little glasses from the Saint Josemaria costume from years back, and we just put some like dark tape on it to make it look like sunglasses. But actually I was just at the dollar store today and saw some sunglasses that we could have used too for like $1.50. So lots of options, but those were the most recent costumes. Now we've also made a few costumes that weren't necessarily for All Saints Day, but just for like plays or fun at home. So Our Lady of Guadalupe, we made that one. We also made one for St. Nicholas, and that one was just super simple with a t-shirt and a few things that we had at home. Also, St. Jose Sanchez del Rio, we used just a few leftover pieces of fabric, and that one was super easy to make. So I hope that all these examples and ideas are helpful and maybe give you some ideas of something that would be right for your family, whether it's something you make at home or something you order online or like a combination of the two. And well, thank you so much for watching and talk to you again soon. Amazon, I'm also going to talk about different props that you can use that just really take the costume to the next level. It was St. Therese of Lisieux and St. Maria Goretti. Here's Kara over here getting everything ready for me. Why? Okay, so this is a practice video to test this microphone and make sure that the sound is working. So in today's video, you're just going to be hearing a bunch of nonsense. This is, who is that again? Stephanie. I can't even keep the name straight. So yeah, this is just a nonsense video, but I hope you enjoy if you like nonsense. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is the second nonsense video, but I just unplugged the microphone. I just wanted to see how much nonsense you could hear with my children just talking in the background versus with the microphone and without. So this is without the microphone being plugged in. What do you think? It's today. Now the timer. So the first two costumes that I ever made was St. Therese of Lisieux and St. Maria Goretti. Why? Okay, so my audio, for some reason, the microphone did not work. So I'm recording this part at a different time. So I'm going to share with you the... She's eating a peach pie. And you probably heard some bird chirping during my video. So I just wanted to show you that's Buddy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.